live. The ladies live. It's Wednesday, y'all. Ooh, we live. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey,
It's Wednesday, y'all. It's Ladies Lounge Wednesday. And we back at it with the beautiful Tammy. Yes. How was everybody's day? Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on into the Ladies Lounge. Ooh. Hey. Hey, y'all. I see y'all in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Wednesday night. It's Ladies Lounge night. Y'all excited? Men are welcome too for this topic now. Men can learn a lot.
they can.
You might want to be in on this discussion tonight. Y'all come on in. And welcome to the Ladies Lounge. Y'all ready? I am so excited. I am so excited. As always, I love Wednesdays. It's just like it's a vibe. It's always a vibe. It's Ladies Lounge Wednesday. We are back in the Ladies Lounge. Welcome, 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 welcome. Today we are diving deep into a conversation that celebrates the inner strength, bold confidence, and undeniable sex appeal, y'all. I am thrilled to have with us a special guest. We got Tammy, who will help us unpack um, the, the, the truly secrets behind owning your own glow. So together we're going to explore how confidence, sex appeal, intersex, how embracing both can just be so empowering to all of us. And in the way that they shape how we show up in the world. I think that is so important. So whether you're tuning in from a post of inspiration or a new perspective, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Ladies Lounge. Sit back, enjoy for this empowering conversation that celebrates every part of who we are, y'all. Get ready, y'all. Better make sure y'all have y'all drinks. Get comfortable because we about to dive into this conversation. But before we get before we get there, we gotta go over some house rules. So here in the ladies' lounge, our rules are we just ask that you are respectful in the chat. Ask questions. We need the engagement. That's what this is all about. This is how we learn from each other. Um, and have fun. Most importantly, y'all know your girl like the clown. We gonna have a good time. We gonna play some music and just we're gonna let our shoulders breathe. That's it. My shoulders out there breathing tonight. So let me talk to y'all about Tammy, okay? Because I know y'all are interested in wondering who this beautiful woman who is going to talk to us about confidence, sex appeal is. So Tammy married for 10 years, divorced, then widow. She faced some health issues with being blind. We had a conversation last week about raising blind awareness and visual impairment. Raising three daughters, and they are so beautiful, y'all. And she lost over 60 pounds, so definitely here in the ladies' lounge. We want to know how you did that, okay? Because in wintertime, we tend to not want to unbig our backs, because that's when we put on these hoodies, these tights, and everything. But we just need to know the secret because you look good, okay?
Thank
She's a
you.
domestic violence survivor twice and have literally carved out a new confidence, sexy being. I can't wait to dive into the sexy Tammy, y'all. So let's get into it.
Hey,
How
girl.
is the sex?
Hey.
Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Ladies Lounge. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation to come in here.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited to talk about this topic. When we talk about the confidence in sex appeal, this is right up my alley. Like I love it. I love to see a man and woman. That's why I say our men are welcome because it's nothing like seeing a man and a woman who who just own it, who own who they are authentic. Like that is such. Oh, but talk to us about this sex appeal and confidence. What do you what does sex appeal mean?
Sex appeal is The easiest way I feel like you could say it is that swag. Like you could see the aura about you. And it just exudes out of your pores. It's being comfortable and how you dress yourself a little bit more risque, I would say. I feel like my people who've been in the gym, they know.
No, they know.
Cause you earned it. I don't care nothing about what nobody is saying. Like, I work hard to carve out a new. You know how hard it is to lose 60 pounds? It ain't. I'm ready for real. So
See,
yeah.
and I've been talking about going to the gym since January, and it's about to be January again in the new year. So I'm just, I'm owning my confidence with myself and how I look. Not being in the gym yet,
That's
but
okay. I could tell you some ways you got to change your. If you shift your perspective and how you look at going to the gym, I will dive into that. I definitely sell you on it.
oh, yeah, we're gonna have to talk later, y'all. I have to get some of these secrets. But now, do you feel like there's a difference between confidence and sex appeal?
Yeah, definitely. Because I feel like I come across, especially doing businesses, um, there could be confident people who are confident about what they do. They know they have the knowledge of it, but they don't have sex appeal. It's not like a given. You've seen people probably stand in front of people, you be like loud and wrong sometimes, you know, but that's kind of what I mean by that.
So I did some research on my end because I was kind of curious to know. Like I didn't to be honest with you, I didn't really think that it was too much of a difference between confidence and sex appeal. So here's the Google version of it. So
Yeah.
confidence is a general sense of assurance that radiates from within. It reflects how much you believe in yourself, your abilities, and your value. Confident people tend to be comfortable in their own skin, speak and act with certainty, and exude a natural charisma that draws others to them. You know, confidence is appealing because it signals emotional strength, self-respect, and inner security. So that's confident. Um, and then we have sex appeal. On the other hand, now sex appeal is more about the allure, that makes someone feels attractive and desirable on a sensual or physical level. It often involves body language, charm, and presence that captivates others on a deeper level, often more a subconscious level. While confidence can enhance sex appeal is often linked to how someone expresses their confidence in ways that heighten their physical presence. Hmm. So it sounds like you got to start with the confidence
Yeah,
in
you
order
can't really have
to
sex appeal without the other one, but you can have confidence without sex appeal.
correct. Correct. I do agree with that. Now, what do you feel like would be like sex appeal? Like, if you have something that you put on. And let me backtrack a little bit because also let me let y'all in on the secret of Tammy. So Tammy also, is this the correct way of saying that you tap into like adult activities as far as accessories and clothing and what would be the word?
Well, what I used to say was bath, beauty, massage, and relationship enhancement products. That could range from the lotions and potions, not really, lotions and creams, to the toys that you see sometimes in stores.
Hmm. So do you often find like in that profession now when we're talking about I'm gonna say adult accessories because that just
Oh,
sounds cool. Um, do you feel like that it enhances people confidence?
mm, the way that I used to look at it with using those things, I feel like the company's name was Pure Romance. So this is for someone you're in a long-term relationship with and you're just trying to make sure you're not on autopilot. Like I tell people, you drive home from the store every day, you might think to stop. You drive home every day from work, you might think to stop to the store and then end up in your driveway. You were paying attention to the road, but you have an autopilot feature. So it's the same thing with a relationship. You kind of learn your partner. You guys are doing the same thing. It's the same routine. It kind of gets boring. So instead of changing the partner in a lot of instances, what you do is you change what's new. Every time you try something new together, it's like it's the first time again. So it helps rekindle that spark and keep it there.
Hmm. Hmm. That's now that's some stuff for you. So in the
Mm-hmm.
essence, what I found out is that confidence is like what we said earlier about being your foundation. What are some ways that you, and I know, we expressed about just a little bit of your bio, like just everything that you've gone through as being a mom or whatever, things of that nature. Like, how did you build your confidence going through all of those?
I did what everybody tells you to do. What do they say? Spend time by yourself. Nobody wants to hear that. And it doesn't mean for me, it didn't mean that it had to mean that I was never talking to anyone. I could be talking and dating, but I need scheduled me time.
Mm.
And it's trying new things and doing things that are outside of the norm. Like I did a lot of like striptease classes. Like it was just very feminine energy, and I would wear lingerie underneath regular clothes.
Oh,
just
thank you. Hello.
and so just making a couple tweaks just makes you tap into that inner like that I don't know how to call it, but like with the femininity and what
Yeah.
comes with that aura. But
Yeah.
still honing into that because when we start doing masculine things, we start feeling masculine. So if you
Come
want to
on,
help
say that.
balance it out, because I know it's a lot of single moms, a lot of single women. Dating pool ain't that great. But just being honest, like you gotta just get comfortable with being by yourself and trying new things so you figure out what you like.
Now let me tap in on that one for a bit because
Mm-hmm.
I heard the same thing. It was Brittany, spend time with yourself. Like you don't really know yourself until you spend time. And I was just like, I don't need to spend time by myself. What are you talking about? I don't. And let me tell you, ever since I did, it is a confidence booster, or for me, that is what helped. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've always had confidence. I was just talking to my mom about this before I went on live. I've always was photogenic. However, my confidence level is at another level, because now we're talking about overcoming a lot of things that, life experiences that I went through.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you said, now it's tapping into your femininity and, really tapping into you as a person. Like actually looking at yourself in the mirror, with no clothes on and being
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, I love all of me. I love who I see in this mirror, and you just gonna take me as I am.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't like it, there's the door.
Right. And then in the midst of spending time by yourself, I feel like you learn how to talk to yourself. People don't talk about that part. You gotta learn to not be your own mean girl, where
Oh,
you beating yourself up and you have this higher expectation, and when you don't hit it, like, oh, you don't deserve that. Like that's why like past stuff just you can't be your own mean girl. You have to learn to talk to yourself nice, give yourself grace while you're trying new things and figuring it out.
right,
I feel like me
right.
and my sister talked about this. We were like, I feel like it wasn't until like I'm 36. I wouldn't feel like till it's my 30s where I start to really get the gist of this thing here. You're so
Yes,
consumed by trying to figure out adulthood in your 20s. And
right.
I was a young mom. I had 3 kids in my 20s. So I was like at 30, I want to be done. But I'm like, waiting, the maturity and the experience, they make a difference.
No, for real, they do. And I'm 36 as well. So I was again talking to my mom right before the show, and I was like, I just feel like the closer I'm getting to 40, it's like you just have a new swag about yourself. Because it was a lot of stuff I wasn't embracing about me from being younger, because I was 19 and pregnant. So I didn't, when you talk about being young and having kids, I didn't embrace myself like I do now.
Mhm.
And what I love about myself is the confidence is not arrogant. My confidence is I know where I've come from. I know who I am. I know that I am beautiful. I love the compliments to get. So keep them coming, because even though just because you have the confidence, it doesn't mean that you don't need the reassurance. Because then that, you
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? It still makes me human. Like, I love to hear that, wow, okay, maybe today I do look good and I got my hair standing on top of my head. I know I'm still beautiful, but you just see the beauty, if that makes sense.
It does.
So I love it. Like, some people can get intimidated by
Oh
good,
yeah.
high vibrational confidence. Like, the room will just stop when you have a confident man or woman walk in. Because I know um, a man, both man and woman, because I will look at some women and be like, hey, she's rocking them shoes, or her
Mm-hmm.
hair is really pretty, and then for my guys, I'd be like, oh my God, that cologne, what kind of cologne you got on? Because you smell really, really good, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think that's
So I
being
just say,
confident though. You can't
mhm,
compliment someone if you're not confident.
yes,
You can't. Like I like that's where that whole like that clicky, like that catty girl stuff comes from, even as grown women. It comes from you projecting what you're insecure about onto me. A lot of
right,
times people, if somebody says
right,
something wild, I'm like, I'm gonna just pray for you. I hope whatever you're going through, you work that out. Because I know that has nothing to do with me. Period.
that's it. We reverse
uh
that energy.
yeah. Cause I don't want it. You ain't finna deflect on me, baby. I'm gonna deflect it right back to you.
Right, exactly. And then too, I think that, well, let me ask you this question before I say what I think. Do you think that social media plays a big impact on how, especially women? I'm gonna say women because I don't know too much about the men. But men, if you in my chat, put it in the chat. But do you believe that social media plays a huge impact on women and our confidence?
Yeah, and I think that it's the same thing. It's just changed what it is. It used to be magazines, and we was all watching, music videos. It's just, matured. Now it's in the palm of your hand, and you can scroll and you can see it, but it's still the same thing where you're watching. So you can see celebrities, you can see if they got the blue check, you know, trying to get right, right. And everybody wants to be a part of something. That's why you see like Jeeps are taking off with their sales. It's because everybody wants to be a part of the community. But the best thing we could do is just be organic about it. Like it's gonna come better, it's gonna be less stress. If something's stressing you out, God don't bless mess. It's not
Right.
meant for you. Let's move on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So I do believe that social media plays, like, just to piggyback off of you, plays a huge impact because, like you said, we have it at the palm of our hand. We could
Mm-hmm.
go on these different platforms and see all of these women, who are beautiful, and then it's you want to mimic that person. And for me, I don't think that, when you have that confidence of knowing who you are, it's not that you may want to. So the best thing that was said was on the first episode, right? We are all copycats. You just copying the right cat, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we see something on a woman and we be like, dang, she rocking that. I'm gonna go buy that. I'm gonna go buy that shirt. Let me go to Shein
Mm-hmm.
and Fashion Over or whatever, wherever you shop, and let me go put that on because it looked good on her. So I know I can rock that. I know I can. So I
Mm-hmm.
do believe that it plays a major impact, but it's also on how you allow it to play that impact for you.
Exactly. You gotta have your own filter.
I like it.
I need to write some of these down. I'm just coming up with
I
stuff. This sound good.
Look, we done gone live and we dropping all these gems and nuggets in here. Like,
Right?
what? Where did that come from? So, what do you think are some practical ways that women can start building confidence?
Um, like what you said, start off in the mirror. You need to be happy with what you're looking at. And if you don't, fix it. The biggest thing with the weight loss, and this is why I tell you, I didn't I didn't have a problem with how my body looked. I had a problem with how my body felt. And I
Right,
had the eye condition with being blind. It's an autoimmune condition, kind of like lupus. But it affects my spine and my eyes. So if I don't work out, I'm going to get extremely stiff. Long term, if I don't work out, I'm gonna be hunchback. Um, because that's just how it's curving, right? But if I have muscles that are holding it up, so and I think everybody's doing this, is just doing what's best for your body. If it's eating for a blood type, if it's taking carbs and or going vegan or vegetarian. Like I have other friends that have conditions too. But it's nothing like wanting to feel better than what you're eating. Like, or do I want to look good in this dress or do I want to eat good? That's an easy choice. Do I want to eat this macaroni and cheese and my stomach's gonna blow up, my back finna be hurting, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say I don't eat it. I just wait for the holidays to have my homemade macaroni. Anything in moderation you can still have. So it's just like just putting boundaries on anything, having discipline just like anything else, and you're gonna see results. It's just how bad you want.
And I changed my talk, right? Instead of saying, like you said, like I don't like how I look, now it's I know how I want to look in this outfit. You know what I'm saying? So then that now builds up the just whatever I need, the courage, the motivation, the inspiration to say, okay, now we got to get back on a good routine because your birthday is coming up and you got some outfits that you want to go ahead and step out in, and you want to look good and you want to be comfortable in this. To be honest with you, I really don't. If I, we transparent here in Ladies Lounge. If I could help it and have it my way, I don't want to put on no girdle.
Heck no. I don't want to put. I put it on because I like the curve. It give me even still. They be like, "Why you got that on?" I'm like, first of all, it's for my back. That's a lie. I like how it's all it make it smooth. Ain't no roll when you got that waistband. We let still get rolls. And look, it's everybody is their worst critic, like for real. So, you know.
Yeah. Then you gotta be struggling to go to the bathroom, and then you gotta now this extra layers I gotta pull off, and what and I call them my seasoned women. They know what I'm talking about, but now us going into pushing that 40 door, like some stuff just be moving on its own, moving and grooving on its own. I'm like, I don't want to take off extra stuff to just get to this bathroom.
And you have to time it right. Don't wait too long because that pelvic floor ain't the same, baby. Don't wait too long and press down on the girdle and you start tinkle because you ain't been doing your kegels, baby. I'm just saying.
I'm so tickled. But yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, oh my gosh. And even though we're talking more so on the ladies aspect, right? I know I have a couple of my men that have so graciously stopped by, and they're in the chat too. And some of this stuff, we talking from a woman's standpoint, but it also works for men. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love what you said about if you don't like what you see in that mirror, change it. And it goes back to what I'm finding that is consistent throughout each episode is we have a choice.
We do.
So what we doing? Are you okay with
having a role?
Yeah,
I mean, but it's true, especially if you're in the dating arena. I can't tell you like lock it in a little bit now, but when I was outside for real, like me already have lost weight and being like happy with where I'm at. I'm like, I still need to work on building a little bit more booty. I'm mixed. That's the white side back there. But they get uncomfortable too. I be out and they be like, oh well, it must be nice, just eat whatever you want. Are you finna make me feel awkward? Cause they do it. No sir. Hurry up and get the check. Lord. Cause they do it too. We all have insecurities, so it's just how we manage them and what are you doing about it. Please do not talk to me every day about how I can't stand how I look. And you're not doing anything. Right. Even if it's baby steps, set a realistic expectation. You're gonna go 2 times a week, 3 times a week, something better than nothing. Get your schedule and be happy with it.
Except you, because and it's just like what they say. If you don't love you, then how I'm gonna love you? Like how are you teaching me to love you if you can't even love yourself? You know what I'm saying? I think it goes back to like what we're saying is definitely spend time with yourself in the mirror. I don't care how you gotta hold that mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me tell you something. I have embraced the mirror. I didn't, I was like, oh, I got stretch marks, and now I can't wear a two-piece anymore. And stuff like that. And I was just like, honestly, and honestly, meeting a lot of men who also tell you like you're beautiful. And I think a lot of men now are embracing natural beauty.
Mm-hmm.
They want a woman who's natural, nothing wrong with the wigs. I'm not saying it up in here, but my men do they want a natural woman. So understanding that has also helped me embrace, you know, the natural side of me as well. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I do love it over here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do like the natural, so it don't matter if I wear my hair straight or curly. You're gonna get all this. You're gonna get all these different looks because that is what you. That's who I am. And so, what next week I might have my hair in a puff. Who knows? I just go with the wind. And I don't want to just make confidence about just your image, but that's where it starts. So when you're comfortable with looking at who you are in the mirror, then that also helps you to decide what your career goal is going to be. You know what I mean? Are you going to go back to school? You know, or are you going whatever it is that you want to do? Now you have built the confidence to say, I know who Brittany is. So yes, I am going to, apply myself differently. I'm going to show up differently to work. I'm going to show up differently in this world because
Mm-hmm.
I know who I am unapologetic.
Right.
Humbly too, but definitely unapologetic. Because I'm not walking out here, just being like you said, a mean girl. Like, hey, you can't
Yeah.
sit on it because you don't look a certain way.
Yeah. And just to go back to you were saying like what else can people do? Key things. These like I'm gonna give a top 5. Working out, mentally fixing yourself, whether that's therapy, journaling, having conversations from childhood trauma, please address it. Because I feel like I kind of disagree. I think it starts internally and you're emotionally not cognizant of what you're eating. You're going grabbing convenience or grabbing quick food, or you're not prioritizing you. And now it's an outward appearance that
Right.
it dominoes into. In a lot of cases, for us women, it's a little different because that weight gain during pregnancy, whoa. That not having no abdominals, starting literally from scratch doing the sit-up. I will never forget that. But what helped me push through was audibles. I ain't have time to sit down and read a book no more. Mama had me on to read a book, pick it up, sit with it. That sounds great. I got a house to clean. I got never ending laundry. I got food to make. But it's nice to just put the earbuds in and plug in. If I'm not in an environment that's positive, that poured into you internally, right? But you can change that by just changing what you're plugging into because it's so convenient. That's the other side. People are like, oh, social media this, social media, technology that. I'm like, there's good and bad that come with everything. The plus side is everything's accessible. You can see what's going on. Sometimes we don't need to see how much. But getting to that road of what's the discovery?
Yes. Now, to change it a little bit, do you think confidence have an impact or an influence on relationships?
Oh yeah. Because if you're not confident, like when I was saying, like, I was in a domestic violence situation, and then less than like 3 years later, I was in it again with someone else, and I'm like, what the hell am I putting out there to attract this mess? You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't confident in setting boundaries and standing on them. I wasn't confident in I was worth it. Like I had, and it's who you're around too, because you're a product of your environment. If you don't change your circle of influence, that's where you're gonna stay at. But I had friends that was like, hey girl, what's going on? Don't you know how beautiful you are? Don't you know you're worth more than this? Why are you putting up with this?
Wow.
Went from 10 years to dealing with it the next time for 10 months. And I was like, and I had to I was
Wow.
starting mean girling. Well, how are you here again? What we doing? And I had to change it. Okay, give yourself grace. It went from 10 years to 10 months.
Mm.
That's a huge difference, but it's a mindset shift, just like the gym. I ain't got no dress hanging up. I'm like, hey man, I need to work on these abs. If the bonus is I'm gonna look better in the dress and I might not need a girdle. But the real win is not waking up in pain every morning.
There you go. There you go. That's so important. Um, my opinion on it, I think confidence do impact your relationship. I think, to piggyback off of it, it goes back to what you attract, right? Same thing. I had to sit back and be like, well, why am I attracting these type of people, that don't last long, that ain't about this and that. And I had to go back and I had to sit with Brittany and be like, because you wasn't setting boundaries. And you wasn't setting boundaries because you were scared for people to leave and walk away. I realized I had separation anxiety. And I had to sit with myself and like, girl, do you know who you are? Like, do you know what you bring? Not on not on an arrogant level, but just meaning like you deserve better. So
Oh, yeah.
let's elevate this. And here, you know what I'm saying? Like, here we are. So now I can tell people with confidence, no, I am not interested. You know, no, I'm not. Well, you single, you don't want, they don't mean I want you. I'm good. And that's dangerous too when you allow somebody time to themselves. Because then it's like, nah, I'm not gonna put up with that. You know your worth on a different level. Now, don't get me wrong. Let me put this out there here too. I ain't saying that Brittany don't want no relationship. That is not what your girl is saying. However, I know how to stand 10 toes down on my boundaries. And I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I know and I want what I want. That's it, period. We ain't got nothing to talk about if you ain't got
It really is that simple. And I'll tell you just a preview of the switch that I made. And it seems small, but I'm like, I know I'm on to something. I'm only 90 days into the next relationship. And he opens
So
doors.
can we back up and say 90 days without sex?
No, we can't do that.
Oh.
I told you what I used to sell.
Well, okay, well help us in the ladies' lounge. What's the 90
maybe.
days?
I was just saying it's been 90 days since we made it official.
Oh, since your next one. Okay, I thought you was gonna tell us that,
No, into this one, into the current situation that I'm in. That's what...
Okay. I was like, okay, you about to teach us something up here.
No.
She's like,
no.
Yeah,
ain't no Steve Harvey 90 days over here. I mean, it is what it ain't. Cause I need a test trial, god dog on it. I can't waste that kind of time. And I don't know. I ain't gonna lie.
Not you gotta test drive the car before you buy it. I get it. Okay.
But no, just attracting something different, somebody who speaks to me differently, like how you argue, the conversation changes where we're trying to understand one another. And it's like, okay, we're not getting anywhere. Let's take a break. There's no like name calling or no degrading or competition environment. It just feels healthy. And then you start to, in your mind, be like, am I tripping? Is this really what it is?
Start questioning stuff.
Right? And if you do your checks and balances, you write it down, maybe because I'm a visual person. I write it down. No, we on to something. Okay, don't self-sabotage either, because that's the next step don't nobody talk about. Don't self-sabotage.
Yes.
Because we do that.
I wish I had like a little something to just make some noise, like, because yes, we do self-sabotage.
You don't get, you're not healthy if you start attacking somebody who's talking to you regular. Why are you the first one to yell all the time? Okay, ma'am, you need to check your answers too. Like, if you can't have a healthy conversation, we all adults and we start off paying all our own bills. I mean, I don't know nobody that move in day one. I mean, they do, but I don't recommend.
So I want to ask, because we got a very active live chat here tonight. So in the chat, do y'all think that confidence impact relationships, or have it impacted your relationship? So if you are comfortable, please drop it in the chat and talk to us. Let us know. Let's see. Some people have said you can stretch marks are sexy. So yes, I have learned to embrace my little tiger stripes. It is what it is. You finna get this. I don't
Me
show
too.
my little stomach anyway.
Mama, I don't care. You can see them. My body has done amazing things. I feel like I grew a little space alien every time I was pregnant. I was just like, oh my God, I grew this. Like, but yeah, that's just showing the power of what a woman's body can do. We can bring light.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't particularly like them, but I'm definitely wearing the 2-piece.
Yeah, it's not I'm not a fan of it, but it is what it is. It's there, like, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a part of who I am. And so they say in the chat, men are wearing girdles too.
Oh, I know they are. I know they are.
Oh, that's a thing for real?
It's not. I wouldn't call it a girdle. They call it a waist trainer.
They wearing this at the gym? I got questions. They wearing this at the gym? Because this is a guy this is Raheem who is letting us know that the men wear girdles too. Like, okay, so Tiffany said confidence absolutely affects the relationship. If you are not confident, then jealousy will ensure the relationship negativity. I agree with that. Now that takes it to another level. Now that's a whole nother. That's a topic that I don't think some. I'm gonna speak to my women. I don't think some women are ready to have, because if you do have the confidence in your relationship, then I do agree the jealousy, the control, the manipulation, all of that toxicity would not exist, because you know that you are the one. You know what you bring, and you know that person
Exactly.
is always gonna come home. So what do we even talk? Like, you're not. I'm not in competition with y'all out there. I'm not competing with y'all.
And I'm gonna tell you what I saw the most dating. Just because I'm a person who likes to have multiple streams of income. I work harder than most men. If they got any type of insecurity, it's gonna come out around me. And normally they can feel like they sexy. They can even portray that they're confident. But if they feel inferior to their partner, or someone they're talking to makes more money than them, that's a whole nother game changer too. And it's like, own it. Be okay. Know that you bring other things that aren't that's the society thing. Your bank account. Men bring masculinity, men bring structure, men bring discipline with children. Oh my God. Having a man in the house and not having a man in the house is a complete 180 with kids. But if they don't know that, I'm not finna water. That was one of the things I had to learn. Like, I'm not finna water myself down to make you feel better. Do something about it if you don't like it. I'm not. I did.
We got a choice. There's a choice.
There's a choice.
The famous line I've heard: pick a side and stay there.
Exactly. And I don't want to hear you complain about it, because accept the good with the bad, and like it or love it.
But can we just talk about, because we ladies in here, and I got my men in the chat,
but
it is nothing sexier than a man with confidence.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's like, it's the aura. I just be like, it's the swag for me. Yes. You can see it when you admit you enter a room. You know who the alpha male is in the pack. Yes. You know it. He ain't got to be standing forward. He ain't got to be the loudest. He ain't got to be the showboat or paying for everything. It's just something about how he just stand there like, Yeah. I mean, if I'm completely honest, that's how I feel about it. I can tell.
Well, they don't even have to say much. Like you just said, they walk in the room, they own it, they know who they are, and what they bring. And it's just like, yes, okay. And I could, first of all, those that know me know, if I could smell you before I see you, oh, I'm going to turn my head because what are you wearing? What is it? What is this? And that's how you're gonna start a conversation with me, because I'm the first. What are you wearing? What is that? What do you have on? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now the conversation is going, right? Mm-hmm. And then now to flip it to the other side, because we love everybody here in the ladies' lounge. Also, my lady, I love to see a confident woman walking. Like, she knows she bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it don't matter how many streams of income you have at this point, because we don't know that yet. We just going off of you just walking in the room and you just owning who you are, right? Mm-hmm. And again, it's a difference between confidence and arrogant. You know what I'm saying? So she's walking in, she's graceful, she's light on her feet. Like, I know you in your 3 to 4 inch heels, you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know where you are, and you are dressed to the occasion, and you're working the room. So it's not like, depending on the event, of course, you're working the role and you're being seen. Like, ladies, fellas, top tier, top tier. If you doing that, like, come on now. When we talk about this, so I think that's really important. But I'm ready to get to the nitty gritty because we done built y'all confidence up and we done told y'all how to walk in this world and we done told y'all to just embrace your body and pick a side. We're gonna choose this side that everybody is embracing who they are going forward. Love yourself because then that's gonna tie into the sex appeal talk. The sex appeal now does have a lot to do, which I found out. I didn't know this, right? So it has a lot to do with your hygiene, and I want to stop right there. Sex appeal has a lot to do with your hygiene. I'm gonna let y'all chew on that for a bit. Let y'all chew on the chat for a bit on that because I think it's so important for, again, us as women to get in them cracks and crevices when we are when we are showering with you know what I mean? Because I can only speak for me and how we talk about self-confidence, but I am self-conscious about body odor. Ladies, y'all know we keep it real here in the ladies lounge. Y'all know y'all sit down, air. Hello. Do
I gotta share because I had a homegirl. It definitely changed how I looked at her. She was like, your skin seems like it's getting dry. Like, that's one of the side effects of the medication I take for my eyes is it's a million side effects, diarrhea, they give you the whole rundown, right? Fainting, I'd be like, damn, should I take it? But the main thing was like I get dry and patchy, and you can even like see it a little bit. It happens sometimes when I get infusions every 5 weeks, and I go tomorrow.
Wow.
So my skin gets irritated. She's like, "Girl, you ain't got to bathe every day if your skin dry."
It's a
It was an associate. We don't talk no more. But I would never forget that conversation. And I was just like, what you? Huh? What you? And I'm not taking one shower a day. I'm taking 2 showers. So what is you talking about? Before I get in my bed, before I walk out this door, because I might have sweated last night in them sheets. I'm just saying.
I'm so bad that I showered before the podcast. And who's sitting here with me? Because it just
it's its own confidence. So yeah, I can feel that with sex appeal because baby, you cannot be stank and feel sexy. I mean, you can portray it, but I'm gonna think you.
But you know what? Some people are conditioned to their own body odor. Not making an excuse, right? So, but just putting that disclaimer out there. But we just having this conversation for us who say that okay, we big on body odor, but it does go back to how many showers you take a day. To my ladies who ain't a part of the itty bitty titty committee, even if you don't take a bath I'm not gonna say not you don't take a bath, but more than once, and that you just came from outside, I be wiping down. I gotta wipe down all up under the seats and stuff like that. They're assigned seats because I'm just so self-conscious of just the odor itself. And I'm even more self-conscious for a man to tell me he smells me.
Yeah, that's staying bad. That's why I tell my kid, the girls, they in training. They young. They ain't teenagers. It's like, I don't feel like taking a bath. Let me tell you something, baby. Don't even start that habit. First of all, something gonna burn down now. Secondly, you're gonna be heartbroken if a boy of any sort tells you that you is my 8-year-old wears deodorant and she gets musky, and I'm like, hey man, I should not smell you. I should not.
No.
You get in the car from school and it hits my nose like that. Oh no. I mean, y'all might play outside, but we going home to take a shower.
We all want to take a shower because it's just so and again I just love a man that grooms himself, like that is the nails
Yeah,
Nails
don't come with no dirty fingers. That's
please
disgusting.
don't. Like, we understand and we appreciate the hard work and dedication that you have took upon yourself to climb these 30, 50-foot ladders, you know, to be outside, just driving trucks and whatever it is that you do. We appreciate it.
But
But
wash them hands. You better wash them
please,
hands before you
please
touch
wash them
me.
hands, wash your body,
Oh,
like, come on. And then too, like, let's talk about it, because when we talk about sex appeal, right? And a part of sex appeal is you being sexy. So how can you even be sexy if we are older? That's I don't. What y'all say in the chat? What
I'm gonna be distracted. I don't know what, because I ain't gonna be able to
about? What
focus.
did they talk about? What did they get themselves into? They over here. They is cracking up in the chat.
I
So
bet.
with sex appeal, what I also learned too, is also how you dress, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about the whole, um, like for me, I know how I want to look in this certain shirt or dress. You know what I mean? Um, so that also boosts and helps with the whole sex appeal, because when you know you look good and you feel good, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then like your walk is different. So when we talk about sex appeal, then it also ties into we got past the whole we done took a bath, right, y'all? And now we don't put our clothes on. And now it's time to work the room, is what I mentioned earlier. So sex appeal is knowing your body language. It's how you sit, right? You ain't gonna you ain't gonna sit slumped over like that. Like, first of all, I look too cute to be sitting slumped over. So
Hello.
you gotta sit a certain type of way. You may play in your hair a little bit, like little teaser. And it's all about like, eye contact. Like, I'm giving y'all ladies some free game here.
Please take
Eye
notes.
contact. I'm looking you dead in your eyes when you're talking. Like, I need you here.
Mm-hmm.
That's my superpower. Like, women, we have a lot of superpowers. Mine is I need you to look me in my eye.
Oh yeah, because if you looking somewhere else, I'm gonna look too. What we looking at?
No,
I'm gonna make it awkward. I'm gonna make it awkward for real. But that's how confident I feel like you can identify too confident person with if they use sarcasm. The use of sarcasm
okay.
and being sarcastic in certain times, like that's your really, like if you think about it, people who are
Yeah.
like confident, and it could be people who are humble and cocky, and they have that sex appeal, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
that's what I think.
I don't the sarcasm, like, and then I just want to be like, you wanted to insert that there? Like, that's what we're
But it
doing.
could be in a good way. If it's not like always sarcasm, like being rude. You could be sarcastic and be funny. So that's
Okay.
what I mean.
Okay.
I mean, like
I can agree with you on that.
in a playful way, like you can joke. And
Right.
you could do that. If you can't take a joke, what
Right.
why are you wrong? Do you have something wrong with you? Or do you not feel like you can joke? Like you don't have the
Who are you?
charisma to carry that with your confidence, and if you so-called claim to have sex appeal.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask this question to the ladies now. Do you think everybody has sex appeal?
Heck no. Heck no.
What
I mean,
about y'all in the chat? Do y'all think that everybody has sex appeal?
can you go through a transformation that converts you to it? Sure. Everyone has that capability, but does everyone take advantage of, you know, being smart? Like, no. It's still a category. Like either you got it. Like I as a woman couldn't teach it to a man, but if I had like my little women in training, I'm teaching y'all.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And
I
do you
just
know that smiling is a key factor in sex appeal?
I could see that. I could see that. Yeah.
Some people have that RBF, that resting face. Yeah, it's not giving. That's not approachable. I don't want to approach you when you look and you look like that. First of all, I'm goofy, so we gonna laugh. And I love smiling. Like, it just, why are you not smiling? Are you not happy to be alive? That's
It
for
takes
starters.
it takes more muscles to frown than smile.
Yeah, like, I don't even like how I look when I'm not smiling. But yes, it's captivating. right? So you want to make yourself welcoming when you have with the whole sex appeal. Like these are just some sex appeal nuggets, I guess we're dropping now to just help understand the difference between the confidence and sex appeal, right? And then with sex appeal, you talking different.
Oh yeah.
You ain't talking the same. Like with confidence, you have the confidence to speak up because you know who you are. But so that sex appeal talking.
I saw the switch just then. I saw how you
Yeah, I
did.
had to lean over because that's my mama watching. Woo! When I get to talking, I just be talking. I'ma just say that. I just humbly we talk about the Lord. But no, when you talk about when you talk about the self, when you have that confidence and depending on where we at with it, you that sex appeal talk. Fellas, y'all in my chat. Ladies, y'all in my chat. I know y'all not gonna leave me hanging with the sex appeal talk.
Oh yeah, fellas definitely love it. I know they do because it's funny because I used to. So I'm doing financial services now, but like I would promote like on my social media, I would style lingerie in an outfit, and you might get a reel where it's like peekaboo, this what it really look like. But mostly it would be like a bodysuit or the top to the lingerie paired with whatever blazer or something. It ain't got to be nothing too conspicuous too.
Right.
Society makes it something it's not. Like you can be sexy and not be showing all of your skin too. But I would show people that because it's just making those little tweaks, and we as women, we're mental. We're mentally stimulated. And I tell people this all the time, like, think about it. When you get out the shower, if your boyfriend, your husband see you, they're like, hey, they're visual. All they got to do is see you. We're mental, we're emotional, we're so many layers that we don't even understand ourselves. But if they get out the shower and they like, hey, and like sweating, and you like, I don't even know if I like you today. Did you help me with the kids? Did you take out the trash? You know what I'm saying?
Now we in our head, yeah.
Don't be surface level with me with just the physical. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely different.
Oh my God, I love this topic. We are having so much fun. And so you tapped into something that took me to like the next thing of having sex appeal or understanding that you have it is being bold. So like you mentioned about the lingerie. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't own a pair. Like you gonna get it's good. I got matching pajamas, but I don't own lingerie. You know what I'm saying? But I know some women who do put it on and they say they feel sexy at that point, Or I even see it on TikTok, like TikTok shop has this little cutesy like little nightgown with the little splits on the side. And I'm like, okay, y'all, I see y'all doing y'all thing. But I also know that it takes the courage for some of us to even put lingerie on because it goes back to you have to love you first. Like you have to put it on for yourself, of course. And then whatever y'all do in y'all relationships. But I think that it's all about you building your self confidence, and then understanding tapping into that sex appeal. Because like you said, I do agree that people can develop sex appeal over time. Part of it too is go through your healing, please. Please heal from the past. You know what I'm saying? To fully experience and accept who you are today. But so with this lingerie, because we do have to tap into. I gotta take it there, the ladies now because you.
Oh yeah.
Adult accessories. So this is a part of being bold, right? So talk to us some about these adult accessories that you hero man.
Yeah, so previously that's what I was doing. So what we categorized it was 5 different categories of toys. So you have like the different ways that you can orgasm, and then you've got things that vibrate, and then you got things that go on down. So
When you say them, like for the men too?
So like a lot of people call them cock rings, but we would call them C rings because really a constriction ring. People don't know that if you it's a muscle, right?
Disclaimer, put the kids to bed now.
I hope so, but it's a constriction ring, so it makes them harder, longer, and harder. So and then it turns them into your personal vibrator because what happens is in a lot of relationships, in my experience, where And this is where you know there's some confidence lacking somewhere, because you shouldn't feel like a toy or a bedroom accessory is competition ever.
Right, right.
It's an accessory, but you'll have something. I don't want no dildo in here. Well, it's funny you should say that, because I got bullets, I got C-rings that go on you. Like, it ain't even gotta be, you just automatically going to the top. The triple action, the triple orgasm machine. That's what you're going straight to. And that's not what we said we had to have here. But people put too much pressure on it, and they just, they don't enjoy it. Like, it's supposed to be an adult toy box. I have still 3 of them. Because I'm still an advocate for it. Like, I'm just switching gears into something else that I feel like people need. But the goal is to use my financial services business to fund getting back into the accessory business, because I feel like it's really needed. The divorce rate's on the rise. People don't know how to communicate. It's an easy way to start communicating about something y'all both like. And people don't know how to communicate post-COVID. Like, these are all domino effects of not having confidence, not doing the self-work, and the sex appeal. Because when you do the self-work, I feel like you gain the sex appeal because you're confident.
Absolutely.
And once you hit that ultimate level where you want to be, you got swag now.
Come on.
Yeah.
I like that swag.
Gotta have that
Now,
swag.
I have a question for you, because this question was asked of me. So, do you feel like at some point when adults are using adult accessories, I'm going to speak for single people, not in a relationship. Do you think that can jeopardize now when a human, a live person comes in? Because now you have, you're stimulated by this device versus a human being.
I mean, anything in excess is not going to be great, right? But I feel like the toys, what people skip over and why they do that is it's an easy way to learn yourself. So that way, when you do get into the next relationship with the next person, you're not putting the pressure of them pleasing you. How do people please you if you don't know? So the toy is a tool for those who are single. I always say I keep single people safe and married people happily married. But it's a tool that you should know. I mean, everyone wants a body. That's why we got I don't know. I saw something wild on Facebook. They was talking about making robot companions that have genitals. So I'm like, we want companionship. A toy is never gonna replace a human being. I don't care how much it vibrates. You're not gonna lose sensation down there. That's like saying having sex too much with your significant other. You ain't gonna be able to feel it no more after a while. That's not a thing. It's just a tool, though.
Okay. Well, thank you for answering that. Now, a part of something else that I learned with sex appeal is also building rapport. So, having your opening statement when you are greeting people, add your swag to it, because your sex appeal it's you. It's who you are authentically. You know what I mean? So, I got some opening statements. But I don't have a problem with starting conversation. And sometimes conversations, like, because I know who I am and I have the confidence and I know I have sex appeal, sometimes I have to be careful of my openers, because it does come off like I'm flirting with you. It's just like, oh.
Oh yeah, I'm really bad about that. I'd be like, oh, you look nice, all right, handsome. Sir, I mean 0 about it. Okay. I just know how to give a compliment. That's it. I don't mean I want you. I don't mean I please.
Right. My name is Brittany. Now, my favorite one that I learned about with sex appeal is remain a mystery. So my mom always raised me on, like, you don't give a man too much, right? You want them to guess. You want them to come back for more. And I am so happy I grew up in a household like that. So, like, I wasn't the type who wanted to show off my body. No discrimination to anybody who does it. But for Brittany, that is not my cup of tea. However, I will give you a shoulder. I'm gonna give you some legs. I may have the girls out depending on the top or whatever, but it's just not too much. It's just enough for me to just sit in my feminine, my femininity and be in my soft girl era and know that I am just me. This is who I am, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. And I think that my opinion, I think more women, I'm gonna just say it again, ladies now. I think more women should remain a mystery. Like don't give men too much. Like you just said, they're visual. So they already undressing you anyways. They already got in their head, that they know that, okay, I'm gonna get with her because of whatever. Not to say that that's I'm just leave it like that. It's a whole other topic for another day, and I don't want my men to be on top of me with that one. But I think that is just so important that I just wanted to say because you can still be sexy, but not too revealing. Like there's a boundary, there's a fine line. You know what I'm saying? You can have on your little cute cut up jeans and show a little thigh or something, but just not too much. Like like some of these outfits now, I don't understand it. Like, why do I have tape on my nipple? But then I'm in this whole thing.
I was gonna say I'll wear a lingerie top out, but even some of the stuff I see, I'm auntie now. I need to stay home because y'all got
That's
on
what
this
it is. Maybe I'm
bodysuit.
in my auntie.
Y'all got on a bodysuit for even Halloween. I'm like, I don't like all of that. I don't like it all hanging out. Like, and it's different for different settings, right? I'm going to a kid event. I went to a kid event actually yesterday. It was a trunk or treat. And the lady had on a bodysuit and she was like a bumblebee. And she had like flaps over no, she was a ninja. That's what she was. She was a ninja. She had the flaps in the front and the back, but it was you could see it was a body. I'm like, baby, we is out here with sure.
The kid. Again, time and place. Yes.
I'm like, I wouldn't show up to school functions like I would go out to the club,
No.
But dress for the occasion and dress accordingly. All this sheer stuff, that tape you talking about, no, I don't.
Because what I need you to understand is when you have a sex appeal, again, you could be in jeans, heel, and a cute top. You could rock some tennis shoes, or have on your dress and your heels, but you are still sexy in all of them. And we don't have to be too, we don't have to be that revealing. Like say some of that stuff for your man or your woman, however you rocking and rolling.
If you overcompensate, and that means you lacking confidence somewhere.
Come on now, y'all heard it in here. And then the last thing I want to leave off with, because we are at time, I want to leave off with be fun to be around. Right? How you can't have sex appeal and you just boring. You don't have no conversation for nobody. Like again, you got that resting face. No, you can't make no conversation. We can't, like you said, we can't joke, even if it's a little sarcasm.
And man, please listen to that. Please. I had a whole debate with my god brother. He was like, you gotta love dating. I'm like, I'm so tired of this. I'm just ready to find. I feel like I know a lot of women feel that way. I'm just ready to find my person. He's like, well, you get to eat for free. You get wine and dine. I'm like, baby, some of these is dumb as a box of rocks. Can't carry a conversation. And if you can't carry a conversation in text, my time is valuable. I don't care nothing about no free meal. I can feed myself. I'm not sitting across the table with you if you can't hold an intellectual conversation. If you listen to a podcast, read a book, listen to a book, please don't sports me to death neither. Like, be diverse.
Be diverse. Be diverse. Like, oh my God, I had so much fun with you.
I did too. This time went by so fast. My kids keep trying to come in the door. I'm like, Lord, I'm having fun. Y'all go leave me alone. Go fix you something to eat.
But these were just like little nuggets that I wanted to, and I'm sorry, I know I said that this was that was the last thing, but I do want to talk about something too with sex appeal is show that you're complex, right? Like just show that you have that compassion and passion. So I don't want to say I just learned, but yesterday I had an experience where a man was being vulnerable on Facebook, right? He was giving free game. He was dropping nuggets to the ladies. And he was like, ladies, if you want a man, here's the secret sauce. Need him. Act like he's your hero, at least. That's the least you can do, act like it. Now, I don't want to act like you're my hero, but I genuinely my hero.
I think you can act like you're grateful.
Yes.
Grateful for what they bring to the table. Whatever that is. We got so materialistic. Oh my God, I'm so tired of seeing these princesses looking for Captain Saver, you know. So
Mm,
and that's not a thing. And then it's like the people who do go and get it, like me, it's harder to find somebody because now the people who do have money
right,
want me to take your no, no, don't be broke. You can't be broke.
right,
But you can be diverse and you can offer different things to the situation. You don't have to be the breadwinner, so to speak.
correct. Like, and so, and to just to go back to that conversation that was had, it was a woman who came on and she was like, "Oh, but men need to do this too." Miss Mamas, you just missed the whole mark. Like, this is a man who is putting you up on game. Do you know how, let lady, free game again. Do you know how sexy that is when you talk about sex appeal? When you are showing the compassion and genuinely showing it for a man to say that I appreciate you, like I do need you, although we need each other, but this is just talking to my lady. Because if you show this to a man is going to reciprocate that. So there's no need for us to be like, well, men need to do it too. No, it starts with us as women.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, that right there is 1 through 10. Show these men the proper love and want that you have for them. Don't just, we done got too much, like you said, your masculine energy. We done set that too long. And that doesn't mean that you a man. You're just handling adult responsibility. That's it, because you ain't got a man.
And
Hello,
you could
somebody.
be
You know what I'm
you could
saying?
you could be your soft girl. You could me and my friend talked about this. Oh my gosh. Me and my friend London had this conversation. She was like, I'm in my soft girl era. I was like, you think so? We was both single at the time dating. And she was like, you are too. You've created a soft girl era, girl. We both business owners. We work part-time to fill gaps. We're at the pool or breakfast, regularly brunching it down. We've created our own soft girl life. And I'm like, but you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that word. Oh, are
In the
you
ladies'
right?
lounge. We talk about toys and
Okay. I know if I can cuss though. I know, but yeah, that's how I express my passion now. I found out at the end. I'm sure I'll be back again. I like it here.
yes, of course you are always
Yeah.
welcome back in the ladies' lounge. But yes, come on, ladies, let's do better. So that's what this is all about. But that is time. But before we end it, I know you shared with me, and I definitely want to bring it into the ladies' lounge. So you said that you still have some adult accessories on hand.
Oh, okay, so I have my own personal collection. If y'all want actual products, I've transitioned as we should. We should grow, right? So I've transitioned to that and I have my old business bestie. If you do need something, she's fully stocked. So you can always reach out to me. I'm also on Facebook, Tammy Wilson, or because I'm still exuding sex appeal in the financial services
Come
space.
on.
Okay. On Instagram, Miss Gray will see you now 2.0 because that's my maiden name. And I'm like, I ain't changed it because the babies asked me not to. But I'm still Miss Gray, honey. I'm 50 shades of color. And now we enter into the
Say
financial
that.
services space, baby, helping families with financial wealth plans just because of my own experience. I'm like, right now, I love the marriage space, but we got to make sure we're doing better with leaving generational wealth.
Come on, say that.
Because it's happening
Say
too much.
that.
We're too cocky that we're invincible. Be humble while exuding all of this, right? That we talking about. But make sure your family's properly protected. Because I'm like, how much different would my life be right now? And I'm thinking divorce, it wouldn't be a thing. Oh, we already separated. Don't be cocky. I was cocky, and now I'm like,
Come
dang, them
on.
weekends
Drop
off.
some jewels.
I can't work how I wanted to work because I got to find a babysitter now instead of y'all spending time with y'all daddy. Like it's totally different.
Mm,
Being a one man
say that.
show, so to speak. But I'm gonna be the mom and the dad, honey. I'm gonna give you masculine and feminine because we could be all of that.
Now, let me say this, because for me, I don't want to be masculine. I don't. Like I want to I love it here in my feminine energy. So I do believe, and I have a son. So I do believe that there is a fine line. Like I don't have to be masculine to be around my son, but it is a little, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna throw the football with them, or the basketball, knowing I can't play, but it's just gonna be some things that I am going to do, but I'm still in my feminine energy. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I gotta
I don't want to, but I embrace my childhood trauma of I saw my mama depend on a man. She did that. We was homeless almost. We was a week staying in our car, like waiting on that. So to me, money's control, and I like to maintain a little bit of it. I don't have to be the breadwinner, but I want to always work, and I think that's that's my masculine side where it's like I trust you. However, I believe I'm an adult. I should always be able to handle me. And maybe I might have
So
felt.
I wouldn't say that's your masculine side. I just would think that that's the adult side. I don't
Yeah,
think that's being masculine. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we don't have, as women, we don't have no business having that conversation, words coming out of our mouths being masculine energy.
I don't know. I mean, that's
No,
how. And maybe
not
I'm
you.
caught
I'm
up
just
in
saying.
maybe I'm caught up in the society cultures. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't immune to it.
But this is why we talk here in the ladies' lounge, and I'm gonna tell it like it is. Ladies,
Yeah.
we have no business. We were born women. We were born feminine. That's it. You get what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter, like with a man coming in your life, and y'all done had kids. That does not mean that you are tapping into your masculine energy. Just because I can hang a TV up on my wall, don't make me masculine. That just means I am handling adult single responsibility. Ain't no man up here hanging my TV.
Well,
So I have to do it
give
by
us a
myself.
comparison. Give us.
Hmm?
I want a comparison from me. What's a masculine trait that you think that we as women have that we could set down?
All of it. That whole word masculine needs to go. We need to. That should never leave a woman's mouth. We think because we are doing stuff that men do, that's my masculine energy. And don't get me wrong, I was guilty of it. Right? I was guilty of it. I'm a changed person, and I just recently changed within the last 2 to 3 years. So I ain't coming from a space of like I always thought like this. I genuinely thought because I had a child and he was a man child, and I had to do this on my own. I'm like, here, well, I'm doing it. Ain't no man around doing it, so I'm masculine. No, and let me tell you something. Let me tell you, drop another nugget for y'all, cause see now I got passionate about this. Masculine, being in your masculinity does not, you can, it's no way you can have sex appeal. There's no way, and no man is going to
Oh
ever
yeah.
approach you if you are masculine. A man don't want to be with another man, or he just gonna go get a man.
Period.
Like that's just it. Like
And on the
that's just
flip
it.
side, listen, man, y'all can talk to us, but don't be too emotional with the femininity and be a whole crybaby all the
Let
time.
me tell you something. I'm gonna bring my men up. My men, I got some men lined up that's gonna come on, and we gonna tap into it. We gonna dive deep, but I done said we came to the end of the show, but I could talk to you all day, and I got some dope people who done sat with us here in the ladies' lounge who was heavily active in the chat. So I greatly appreciate it, and I'm gonna just chime in on the chat because y'all have been coming with it. Let me see. So Freddie says women being masculine is a thin line to masculine practice, and then with a man, it's still there, and that destroys marriage and relationships. I agree. That's what I'm saying. That
Yeah,
goes back to a man does not want to be with another. He don't come to you to be with a man. That don't make no sense.
it does. It's that's what made it that I think too, that's why we have a lot of domestic situations. Because when I look back on my role in it, which you can't play victim, right? You have a role. But when I look back at it, I was blowing up. I felt like we was in a dick swinging contest, and bitch, my dick is gonna be bigger. Because
And and and
I can
and
strap it on and take
girl,
it off.
I'm about to fall out this chair. I am about to fall out the chair because I used to think like that, and it was just like, Brittany, you don't even have one of those. What are we even talking about?
I
You
know,
shouldn't even.
young and
We shouldn't even
dumb.
buck up to a man because physically we can't whoop no man, like
Hello.
physically. But with our mouths we can. That doesn't mean that you disrespect the man. That don't
Right.
mean that. That doesn't mean that you sit around and yo what bigger than who? You don't even have one of them.
Right. And your words hurt.
That's why I had to tell myself.
That's why I say it's a fine line with men. Like, man, you know, like I'll never condone it, but I can take accountability for my role when that was in my situation. And baby, I was talking that cash money and I was ready to go toe to toe about it. And it didn't serve me. Falling back, staying in my lane, and operating out of a place of femininity attracts the other masculinity that I want. That's not gonna be like that. So, you know.
Look, I'm gonna say it here in the ladies' lounge, and if you don't like it, then maybe this is not the place for you because no, sweetheart, we keep it cute here, and we talk about confidence and sex appeal. Women, y'all have no business talking to these men how y'all talking to them.
Exactly.
We have no business even on that mindset that we have any genitals of a man. You don't. Stop it. You ain't in your masculine energy. You are in your feminine energy. Can't nobody take you out of that. Nobody, no man, you know how women be like, oh, I need a man's supposed to keep me in my feminine era, my softer era. No, Miss Mamas, you do that. You come with that. That's a part of your sex appeal. That's what draws a man to you is you being feminine. No, dude, like I don't get me wrong. If you swing that way, they ain't my business. But I'm talking about to my manly men. They're not gonna approach you on that type of time. And then let's be honest. Then and I'm gonna say we because I'm single, but I'm not like this. But then we as women wonder why we single.
Hello.
The man rather go shoot pool with his boys than to come over here and buy you a drink because you got it out and it's hanging on the bar stool. Ain't no man finna approach you like that. So when we talk about your sex appeal, that can't be the talk. We can't that when we talk about your language, that cannot be the language, ladies. No.
Yeah.
Let's cut that. Let's end the year strong and cut that out and start 2025 going forward. That we are all in our feminine, the people who are supposed to be in their feminine energy, ladies, that's what we sitting at. Men are coming in with the masculinity. I don't want that. That's my spill. Y'all done got Britt Danielle like all rattled up over this, but that was something that I did want to touch on. Like I'm hearing it too much.
It is. It's good. No, it even get me cleaning it up. I ain't got masculine energy. I'm just adult.
But that's good. That's what it's all about. And I say it. Everything that's said here in the ladies' lounge is with love, but it needs to be said. Like I can't sit back no more and not talk about it. It needs to be said. Like, come on, ladies, let's do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But until then, nonetheless, we got to end it here. We ended it on this note. I've had so much fun with you, and you are more than welcome to come back into the ladies' lounge because we got a lot to talk about. And we combing through it, and we gonna take it 1 week at a time because we have so much information to get out. And y'all know my favorite saying: we are life subject expert matters for our own life experiences. We got to tell a story before the time run out. So, nonetheless, we are here next Wednesday at 7 p.m. We're going to talk about career development and project management development. And I have the beautiful Lola, who is going to be our special guest for next week. But before we end tonight's episode, I wanted to take time out and just remind everybody to please, please, please go out and vote. It is essential that you go vote. Do what you have to do. We're all adults. You watch the news. I don't want to tap into much of that, but I did not want to leave this platform without saying, please go out and vote. It matters.
Agreed.
It matters. But until then, I will see y'all next week in the ladies' lounge, y'all. I enjoy each and every one of you. Tammy, thank you for stopping by. Hopefully you come back again.
I will.
Y'all will catch me on TikTok. I got some of my heavy hitters that was in the chat who was chatting it up and supporting the love, the support that I have been receiving, y'all. I am not going to get emotional here right now tonight. I've been trying to hold back tears just from the connections that I have made with everybody, but I wanted to publicly here thank everybody who has been so supportive, who is still rocking with your girl, who is elevating the ladies lounge. It is some stuff that I have planned up. I have planned up and cooked up for 2025 that I cannot wait to share with you all. But until then, make sure you catch me on TikTok because I do go live with some of my heavy hitters. We have created a ladies lounge panel. We have panel talk over there. We go live. So you definitely want to come over, tune into these conversations because these people are so beautiful. They are their thought process is just like so amazing. So you catch me on TikTok. We are live. We are having fun over there. We are enjoying life. And I am going to finally let y'all go because I don't want y'all to leave, but just going on and catch TikTok street. But until then, y'all,